encourage you to follow us on the legacy platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and also the newer ones, the competitors, Parler, Getter, Rumble, Telegram, etc. Judicial Watch was censored again. Specifically, I was censored again, this time by TikTok. I went to log on to look at cat videos, as I want to say. And it turns out that I had been, my account had been permanently banned for violations of community guidelines. Now, normally one gets warnings for permanent bans like that, but I had received no warnings from the Chinese operated, Chinese communist owned TikTok. So I'm banned. I don't know why. I post videos that I've posted elsewhere with no problem. Of the most recent video, I don't know if it resulted in my ban. I criticized Obama, Biden, and Hillary. I think we're going to be able to play the video here, but I'll show you this is the type of video I would ordinarily post on TikTok. Let's play it now. Is Durham going to do more? I don't know. He should. He should question Hillary Clinton before a grand jury. He should question Joe Biden, dare I say it, before a grand jury. And of course, the head of the grand conspiracy, Barack Obama. So you can see what is so frightening about that video that would warrant a ban or anything like that from TikTok. And it's obvious that I'm an opponent of the regime. As I jokingly noted, I'm not sure which regime they're concerned about my being an opponent of. Is it the Chinese communist regime or the regime here in the United States? But many Americans have asked why TikTok is allowed to be in the United States, because it's owned by the Chinese communists and it's a dangerous risk as a result. And those are valid concerns. Others have asked, why am I on TikTok? Well, I was on TikTok because it's one of the most widely accessed internet sites in the world, if not certainly in the United States. I think it has now, I don't know if this is a worldwide number or a US number, but it's the number one app being downloaded. It's also getting now more hits than Google. So of course I'm going to be on it. I'm going to go on and try to educate people wherever I can if I'm allowed to. But instead I'm faced, and Judicial Watch is faced with outrageous censorship, permanently banned. No contact from TikTok. The media's covered it. TikTok isn't even talking to the media about its outrageous ban of me. So this is on top of my having been locked out of Twitter for months after posting a perfectly correct tweet about hydroxychloroquine that Twitter had specifically told me the exact same tweet was not in violation of its rules. Then later they knocked me out. We know that YouTube is censored Judicial Watch as well. Facebook is suppressing Judicial Watch too. So the censorship is real. And I encourage you to follow us everywhere. We're obviously on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. But we're also on the new alternative websites, Parler, Getter, Gettr, Telegram, which is another place you can go to get information, Rumble, which is the alternative to YouTube. So I encourage you to follow us everywhere, because you never know when we're going to be locked out. I don't know if I say something now that the Google overlords don't like, will knock me off of YouTube. I don't know. Maybe I'll be knocked off of Twitter for saying something. Maybe Judicial Watch will. And of course, I encourage you to go to our website and share your email and address with us. I mean, your email address and your mail address, because in many ways, we have to be prepared to rely on the mails to communicate with each other, or email as an alternative as well, given the outrageous censorship by TikTok. Now, Twitter has knocked out the account of Congressman Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's the second prominent politician to have an account removed, at least in the United States, by TikTok. The most prominent politician, obviously, was the president of the United States at the time, President Trump. So you have these social media companies, in my view, engaged in fraud. And how is it fraudulent? It's because they're lying about their reasons for banning people or censoring them. it's not based on a careful application of rules in a fair manner. They're doing it because of politics. So when they're lying to users, they're lying to consumers, they're lying to regulators, they're lying to Congress, they're lying to shareholders. And in my view, all of these companies should be subject to investigations by the Justice Department, the Federal Trade Commission, Securities Exchange Commission. And to the degree they're violating laws at the state level as a result of this fraud, they should be investigated by state law enforcement as well. And there is no Section 230 exemption to fraud. They're just lying. They're saying they're doing it for one reason, and it's obvious to anyone with a brain that it's targeting conservatives, targeting Trump and his supporters, and targeting anyone else who dares to deviate from a government line, no matter how absurd. You saw this with coronavirus, where certain information about coronavirus, if you said it, would have gotten you banned. Oh, I think coronavirus was ginned up in a Chinese laboratory. That would have gotten you banned, censored. Even though there was a good faith reason and evidence that it could have happened that way. And now you're seeing the Biden administration start sounding like critics of COVID lockdowns. The critics, if they had echoed some of the things the Biden administration is saying right now, well, we do know that if they had said some of those things the Biden administration is saying right now, they would have been knocked out as well by Twitter or the social media platforms. So I don't think the law allows them to do what's being done. Obviously, Judicial Watch is always looking at legal options. But I want you to know that TikTok has banned me. The biggest platform in the world, I've been banned for no reason. They just told me I'm banned, gave me no reason for doing it, other than violating their community guidelines. They gave me no warning. So, but we're in response, I'm not going to back down. We're going to continue to get the word out via social media, not only on the legacy platforms, but on the new competitive platforms. President Trump is now, in his private capacity, putting out a platform that I think it's called Truth Social. And I think it's going to open next month on President's Day, according to the news reports I read just today. So there'll be another alternative, and I'm sure others will pop up as well. So I encourage you to follow Judicial Watch everywhere. And to the degree reasonable, you should be everywhere too, because you may be relying on one platform to get news and information and then find your access cut off, or the places that you get news and information from on that platform being cut off from you. So you need to know where to go. And so I encourage you to follow us on the legacy platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and also the newer ones, the competitors, Parler, Getter, Rumble, Telegram, etc. So we're not going to let the censorship get us down. We're just going to keep on pushing forward.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all the latest news from Judicial Watch.